Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So we're going to do another Alice project using the book pages from the Alice book I had. So in a previous video I made some clusters and labels with the book pages. So we'll be using some of these today to make a library pocket. So I make a library pocket and then we decorate it. So stick around and you'll see how I did it, and you'll see the finished product at the end. Let's fold the top of that down. Reinforce the top. It's a bit me, I quite like having like a theme. So if I'm going to have one of these in one signature, I'd like another one in another signature. So the idea of doing two of each, or three of each, I'm going to do three signatures. Peels. Yeah. I don't think the top of these pages are straight because I'm not getting it straight. That's in the right place. That's better. I put my glasses on. Always helpful when you're a bit blind. Just a bit short-sighted, long-sighted. I never get it right. What I am. There. That works. We already know it doesn't matter about the top because it's all going to get folded down. Fold back there. So there we go. So we're just folding a little bit over each of the corners. And then this gets folded up to about where we want it. About there. There we go. So that needs to go backwards. There. So that's the folding. In amongst all this mess, can you actually see what I'm doing? If you're watching this on an iPad, you can put your two fingers and go like that, and it lets you zoom in. I found that out by accident, just fiddling. It was like, oh, that works, that's clever. So I want to notch up there and up there, so it's easier to just leave it folded and cut your notch, and then both notches cut at the same time. Okay. Doesn't work with this way because we're cutting that off. So we're cutting this corner off there and there. There. And there. And the same up here. And that. So they're going to go around the back. And let's just see if that's almost, it's almost spot on the same size. So there we go. So that's that one. That burnish. There we go. So that's done. So now we need to do some inking. So I'm going to use a blending brush because this might cut down on a bit of edge inking, because as you can see the ink is going on those edges quite nicely, but we will add more if required. Go on the front. The back is going to be not seen, so we're not worried about that. As it's going to be a pocket, we might see a bit of this, so we'll ink down there, and that top one's going to be a pocket, so I like to ink on the inside of the pocket. So that's going to go like that, that's going to go like that, that's going to go like that. So I will put a little bit of ink around the edges, but it doesn't need much now, as you can see. It is quite well covered with my blending brush. There we go. So that's that. So we'll stick that down. So I've not edited, but I have just decided to split the original video, so you might see some strange editing, but I decided that I couldn't make these library pockets and the labels and clusters all in the same video. That was a little bit too much, so I'm keeping these side bits on to give the pocket a bit more strength. And the original one I did film, but I think I've cut that bit out. And I do want to add a bit more inking there. You won't see it, but it's just what I like to do. So then we'll stick these down, and then we'll have a nice big library pocket. And I thought they'd go really nice on the inside of the book cover, because that's where you find library cards, isn't it? So that was my thoughts. There's plenty of journaling cards in the kits. I bought 3 kits because I liked a bit of variety. Well, actually I bought 2, I won 1. So there we go. So that's our library pocket, and I got some of the journaling cards ready. So I might put that in there, and then I've got the labels and clusters that I made in the first video. Let's have a little look-see at what we want in that. There was a bit of me that thought actually we could have the Alice in Wonderland, because it's the beginning of the book, so I thought that would probably go on there really nicely. So I'm liking the look of that. I feel it needs something else. behind it. Do think it needs something else behind it, a bit of lace or something, or a little bit of ribbon. We've got that nice blue there. If I'm gonna use that one, or I could use one, a bit of blue in it there. And put some blue underneath. Could do that. So let me find some blue ribbon. So I had a little look and I knew I had some, I think this is the Lost Lagoon, which I think is a really good colour, matching to that blue and that blue there. So I've just got a little bit of colour underneath there. I like that shape up there. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So we'll just cut it there. Bring out the big guns, Jez. You don't really need a pair of scissors that size. I did think it was a smaller one though, in my defence. So, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Right, so we want that along there. So we'll just put the glue along there to glue it down. And I think that's all it needs. Yeah, yep, like that. So glue this down. So there it is. So that will be on the inside cover. I may put something on that at some point, but for the moment that's that, and then it will have another tag in the back there. I've got some bigger tags that I'd probably put in the back there, made from what we've got here. Let's have a little look-see. A little goosey gander at what I've got. I was got those ones I like. So I've got more journaling cards that I could write. So maybe one of those. maybe that one there. Yeah, I think that is, yeah, where I'm gonna go. That one there, and I could put one of my toppers maybe on it. So let's just chop this. Chop this down. I'm gonna take that bit off the top. I wanted it slightly smaller. Top edge. Then that'll work when you start inking it, Jess. So it's already coffee dyed, tea dyed on the back. I just don't like my tops looking like that. It's all down to personal preference, isn't it? I might use that to go in the top. I might, no might about it, I am gonna, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we'll have that. And then that will go in there and stick up a little tad. Yep. Like. So let's have a little, let's just round the bottom a bit. And I think put an eyelet, because I like putting eyelets in things. I might put a hole reinforcer on it though. So there's that. Now let me just think about how am I going to use one of my little toppers on it. I could do that one because we've got roses, but it does need something else behind it to help it pop. So think want something lighter behind. This one I usually pull in, or I could pull in some vellum for this behind it. That would look nice, wouldn't it? So what I actually pulled out, so this is tracing paper, so that'll work. And then I found just in the drawer above some avocado dyed doily, which if they're going to a tea party, that might be quite cool. So do I want it ripped or this sort of ripped? I think I might do this sort of ripped. So just take a slither off the bottom, just so that there's some rough bits to cling on to the ink. That side's already ripped a little bit. there. So it just creates a little bit of a barrier, but not so that you can't see what's underneath. I might take a wee tad more off it actually. Yeah. And then I'll have a bit of doily. Why don't we just take it down there where it's already bent, Jez? Oh, you didn't at all. You didn't at all, you just ripped it. There we go, put that on the edge. Yeah, rip a bit more off there. Yeah, I think that'll work. That'll work, Jess. That'll work. So, right, I'm going to put glue on this to glue to that. Well, we'll do it that way so I can see those. So then I can put glue on these bits on the other side, and then we won't see glue through the tracing paper. Let's carry on putting this on there. Was I going to put, I don't know, I'll put it underneath. I thought I was going to put the doily in between the rabbit and that. I think I was actually. So I might just pull that off a little tad before it's stuck too fast. Right, let's get this stuck down. I have an idea and then I forget. I want to be quite quick. Because what I want to do is slip that under there. And then slip that under here. a little bit more. Yes. There we go. Come in here with a bit more ink, glue even. So that's the beauty of colour, having a little bit of wiggle time. Tombow art glitter, not a chance. But we have managed that manoeuvre there. Of course, I could have done that much simpler by gluing down the tracing paper and then gluing the doily and then putting Mr. Rabbit on top, but I didn't. But that was partly because I didn't want glue all over the back of this. So yeah, that's why that was done. So that will go under there quite nicely. So I was thinking of using this ribbon for the top, but actually it doesn't go with this. It goes nicely with this, but not this. So I'm really not sure now. I think I want a hole reinforcer as well. Colour, colour, colour for that. I could just use these, couldn't I? Yep, you could. You sure could. Right, so we'll make holes. Using this. There we go. 1/2 inch circle punch. There we go. This one actually will get lost on the back. I might do another one for the back. Right, so let's just make this whole eyeball for the centre. There we go. So stick that there. So I'll probably find a scrap somewhere to make a good hole punch, a good colour on the back. I know what I might do. I might make it this blue. Yeah. And then I do think I'm going to go for this. Because it goes with the hole reinforcer I just put on the back. And it goes with the rest of the stuff. It's going to be on the page. So That works for me. I'm not putting an eyelet in it. I've decided. Although I may change my mind. There. There we are. So that, yeah, that works really well, I think. Bit of ribbon matching that. So that's it done. So that is a library pocket with a journaling card and another pocket behind, using those clusters that I made before to decorate. So hope that was useful. I'll decorate the other library pocket that I've made in a similar way. I have several options, although that's too tall. And they're too wide. So although it is getting stuck down, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I can make something else to go on that. Okay, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see how far I get with my Alice journal on the retreat. Okay, thanks for joining me. Bye for now.